In this video, we're going to graph trigonometric functions from 1.3, Objective 7. These problems are meant to be done with the assistance of a graphing utility within the software. So I'm going to be using my calculator instead of that to do the graphing portion. But in order to use the graphing utility, you have to identify things like the type of function, which is based off of sine here, the amplitude, the period, the phase shift, and the vertical shift. So we're going to identify all of those things like we were using the graphing utility within the software package here, and that we were setting those things up, and then we're just going to look at the graph over here on the graphing calculator instead of trying to sketch it by hand. So this is a sine function that has an amplitude of 6. Its period is going to be 2 pi divided by this omega of 3 is 2 pi over 3. My phase shift is 0, and my vertical shift is also 0 because I'm not subtracting or adding anything in here with x. I'm not adding or subtracting anything out here outside of y. So I have y equals, and I have 6 sine of 3x. And you have a nice zoom trig feature here that'll get you between negative 2 pi and 2 pi. And that's probably here. If you want to change your window, though, to say that's going to be negative 2 pi and 2 pi, your step is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So pi over 6 looks like what they're using for their step. And you're going between negative 7 and 7 this time. So negative 7 and 7 by 1s, no, by 0.5s. There you go. That'll match exactly with what your answer should look like now. All right, let's move on to the next one here. And again, it says, use a graphing utility to graph the function. So that's what we're doing. We're just using the calculator since we can't access the utility to make it draw the graph for us. So our amplitude here is 2. Our period is going to be 2 pi over 2 is pi. Our phase shift is going to be when we have 2x minus pi over 4 equals 0. 2x equals pi over 4, so x equals pi over 8. That's my phase shift. Remember, before you start finding your phase shift, your coefficient on x needs to be positive. Same thing for your period. So if it's not, we need to use our even odd identities to get that negative outside. Our vertical shift here is 1. So when we come in here, we type in 2 sine of 2x minus pi over 4 plus 1. Let's make some adjustments to our window. It's negative 2 pi to 2 pi, and it looks like we still have pi over 6 for our tick marks in the horizontal direction. We're going negative 8 to 8 this time, and it looks like our tick marks are every 0.5, yeah. Correct. All right, so we're going to graph that, and it looks like that. Let's look at this next one. Our amplitude for our sine function here is going to be 4. Our period is going to be 2 pi over 2 is pi. Our phase shift is going to be pi over 6 when we solve in here. Our vertical shift is going to be 3. So 4 sine of 2x minus pi over 3 plus 3. And our setup on our scale didn't change at all. So there's our graph for that one. Looks like we're going to need to adjust our x-axis on this next one here. So p of x is equal to 3.7 cosine of quantity pi over 24x plus 1. So our amplitude is 3.7. Our period equals 2 pi divided by pi over 24 is 2 pi times 24 over pi is 48. Our phase shift is 0. Our vertical shift is 1. 3.7 cosine of pi x over 24 plus 1. Our window is going to go from negative 12 pi to 12 pi, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 increments of pi here. And then we go negative 8 to 8 by 1/2. That's good. Graph. It looks like that. Use shift and scalings to graph the following functions and identify amplitude and period. This one has an amplitude of 5, period of 8 pi, and is a cosine graph. Let's choose the correct answer here. 5 cosine x over 4. And we're going to go from negative 4 pi to 4 pi. And it looks like we want our tick marks to be, in terms of pi, negative 8 to 8, and we're going by 2s. Graph. So that's this one. 2 sine of 2 pi theta over 3, so amplitude of 2. 2 pi divided by 2 pi over 3. It's going to give me a period of 3. 2 sine of 2 pi theta over 3. And we're going to go from negative 8 to 8 by 1s, and negative 8 to 8 by 1s. And that is C. And then amplitude of 1 here, period of 2 pi over 2 is pi. And y equals negative cosine of 2 times the quantity x minus pi over 4, close parenthesis, and window is going to go from negative 2 pi to 2 pi by, that looks like pi over 4, and then negative 6 to 6 by 1s. And that looks like this one. That's it for this video. And we'll come back next time and talk about 1.3 Objective 8. See you for the next video.